Welcome to the video, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to be looking at the topic of reviews today. More importantly, how to get hundreds of verified reviews on your Amazon FBA product listings. Now, in 2016, when Amazon updated their terms of service, the whole FBA community went into this, turbulent spin of panic, where everyone thought, actually launching products would be extremely difficult and FBA was over. Well, that's not true. I've managed to clock up hundreds of reviews over the last 2 years using these techniques. So I'm going to be introducing to you some of the things that you can do, some of the things that you can't do, and also a grey area in the middle for you to decide yourself. So I hope you find the video useful. Please like and comment below. Always appreciate it. Any sort of video ideas or just a comment on the video itself. I'll see you in the next one. Welcome to the video, everyone. Thanks very much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about reviews, how to get lots of reviews, how to do it safely, and what to avoid. Now, it's been almost a year, right, since this YouTube channel launched. And all of my videos are put out there, they take loads of time to put together. They're there to give you guys help, to provide you with the most current, up-to-date information on Amazon FBA that you can take away and implement yourself to improve your overall business performance. So I hope that this video helps you in some way. Now, on the topic of reviews, if you're a seller, if you're not a seller, you will have heard of reviews, right? If you sell a product on Amazon, if you buy products from Amazon, you see that every listing has got or is able to get reviews. And reviews are just a way that Amazon allow customers to provide feedback on a purchase. And reviews usually then reflect the quality of the product. So if you've got a good product, you'll have good reviews. If you've got a bad product, you're more likely to have bad reviews. So as a seller, you're going to need to understand what works and what doesn't, what's safe and what's not, and what's the sort of grey area in the middle. So I hope to clarify those things today and give you some really effective tips that you can use yourself with your own Amazon business. So in 2016, right, 3 years ago, Amazon introduced and updated their terms of service, right? Their policy changed. They banned incentivized reviews, right? All an incentivized review means is that as a seller, I can actually give away my product in exchange for a review, which obviously made it quite biased. If someone's giving you something for free and you actually have a clause that you are only giving them that product in exchange for a review, then they're obviously quite likely to leave a positive review. So Amazon just banned it. They want authentic reviews. They want a review system on their platform that people can trust. And when that sort of practice was taking place, you couldn't trust any listing that you were browsing or thinking of purchasing from. Hence the introduction of the new policy. Now, everyone, at that point, the sort of Amazon FBA community started to panic and go into sort of a turbulent spin, worrying about, oh God, how am I going to launch products? Because up until that point, you could just give away 200 units in exchange for 200 positive reviews, right? Ask for a positive review. Hey, here's my product for free, give me a 5-star review. And I know in some cases you could even write those reviews. So it's pretty crazy, right? And you're probably thinking, Dale, what are you talking about? Surely that is a good thing. Well, it isn't. First reason is it's unethical, right? You're not actually getting genuine reviews on your listing. Point number 2 is that when you are launching a product, imagine you are competing against huge companies, right? Global companies, global brands who have a huge amount of money to spend on their launches. Now, they can give away 1,000 products and get 1,000 reviews in exchange. Now, me, personally, I couldn't give away more than sort of 50 or 100 products, if that, in exchange for reviews. So it has now leveled the playing field because those huge companies who had lots of disposable income and a big budget, they no longer can just give away lots of products for reviews and have a competitive advantage over you as a small seller. Now we're all in the same boat, right? So it's a positive thing. And also, if everyone can do it, right? If everyone's got 300 reviews, then it's all equal anyway. There wouldn't be people with hardly any reviews because you could always just go and get 50 straight away. So now it's actually a very transparent system, and you can trust in, when you look at a listing, you can trust that the reviews are authentic, or certainly much more than you could before. So what does this mean today? It means that we can no longer do that, right? But people worry about what they can and can't do, so I want to try and shed some light on that in this video. Now, you're still allowed to sell a product to a customer and ask for a review, right? Obviously, which is why Feedback Genius is used by Amazon sellers. So Feedback Genius is an e-commerce automated email system whereby you can sort of drip feed a sequence of emails to your customer, essentially with the main goal of getting seller feedback or a review. So let me give you an example, and I'm not going to go into exactly how to use Feedback Genius because I have got other videos that show that. So, generally in a nutshell, you would send an email on day one thanking the customer for their purchase, getting in there and being very, very polite, put an email together. And again, it's all automated just to thank them, right? You bulk it out, but essentially you're just saying thank you, welcome to the brand, here's your product, maybe give them a bit of information about the product itself. Then on day 3, we send a second email, follow up on the purchase, ask them if they received the item on time, was it as they expected, have they had any issues with the product, and can you remediate any bad things that have happened. If there's something wrong with the product, if it was late, if it's damaged, you get in there and you address that problem before it can sort of turn into anything worse, i.e. a negative review. Now, then you review on day 5 or day 7, I sort of split test the two, and you ask that particular buyer for a review. Now, that's the main goal of that sequence. They've already heard from you once, you've checked up on them, you've told them, you've thanked them for the order, you've checked up on them, and then you come in on the 3rd email and you ask that person to leave a review for you. And you can link the review URL in the email using Feedback Genius, so it makes it nice and easy for them to just leave a review straight away. These types of practices are moderately effective. You have to do them because between sort of say 4 and 10%, probably lower, 4 and 6% of your emails will get a review, which means out of every 100 people, 6 will review. You probably think that's quite bad, but it's better than nothing, right? It's still got to be done. It's a no-brainer. You have to have a solid email sequence following all of your purchases because 5 or 6 reviews is better than none, right? Now, one thing that I want to touch upon here is something that you may not have known to this point, and I know that some bigger Amazon sellers out there do this, and it is completely against terms of service. So I've seen listings that have been removed, listings being suppressed, and accounts being suspended because of doing this. And that is, in your email sequence, offering a discount to buy another product, right? You probably think, and again, it's not a commonly known breach of terms of service. So if you're sending a follow-up email and you say, email 1, email 2, and then in the 3rd email you say, thanks again for your purchase, we're just following up. We wanted to provide you with a 20% coupon code for another order. And while you're there, to get this code, can I ask you kindly for a review? You're not allowed to do it. And again, if we go into this section here, it's actually a breach of misuse of sales rank. So you should not provide compensation to buyers for purchasing your products or provide claim codes to buyers for the purpose of inflating sales rank. Now, you'll never be able to argue whether or not your intention was inflating sales rank, but essentially what they're saying is you cannot give claim codes to existing customers. You can offer a claim code on your listing to the general public, but you can't market claim codes to your customers directly through email. And you have bots that will I've had it done to myself, performance notification, a bot comes through and says, you have manipulated your sales rank, and even if you're just doing it to get a review, you've still done it anyway, and you're not allowed to do it. And if you get 2, sometimes 1 strike is enough, sometimes 2. So again, you can pause it and have a read of that. But in your email sequence, don't offer a discount code. You have other options. Some people, I'm not saying to do this, but some people have a marketing insert with a leaflet in there that says, here's a coupon code, email so-and-so to redeem your code. You give them the code, and then you can ask for an honest review. Again, gray area. I know people who do it. I know people who are against it. Amazon aren't generally going to open up your product and check for your marketing inserts. It's all automated when it's done through Feedback Genius, and they can pick up on it. So just be careful, okay? Now, that type of process, right? Follow-up email sequences using Feedback Genius is a no-brainer. You have to do it. it's not super effective, but it does work and you will get reviews. Just relying on people's goodwill and, good faith to just leave you a 5-star review, you cannot do that. Because unfortunately, people are far more likely to review if they have a negative experience than a positive one. I mean, I can talk for myself here. Before I started selling on Amazon, there is no chance I would have left a review for anything. No matter how good it was, I bought it. If it was great, that was the end of that. I was happy, but I never would think about leaving a review. If I bought a product and it broke, I might have. I'm not going to say I definitely would, but I would be far more likely to hop onto my Amazon account, quite annoyed, and just hammer that listing with a negative review, which is why you've got to work so hard to gain these positive reviews. And again, it protects your listing having lots of positive reviews because it can flush out negative reviews and also absorb negative reviews. So if you've got 50 reviews and you have one bad one, it's going to have a lesser effect than if you have 5 reviews and you have a bad one on that listing. Now, jumping on to a second topic. So, well, actually the same topic of reviews, but just a different element coming from a different approach. So lots of different ways you can get reviews, right? Follow-up email sequences. I've put videos out on that. It's quite straightforward. You can have a look at how to integrate that into your Seller Central. Has to be done. Marketing inserts, another option. Now, a third way, and something that you can, an avenue that you can explore, and it can be done in different ways. Some ways that are completely within terms of service, other ways that are a grey area in the middle. And I'll explain to you what I mean when we're walking through this. And you can make a decision for yourself. I never want to tell anyone to, you have to go and do this. You can just sort of mull it over, have a think about how it comes across, and if it's in line with terms of service, if it's in that grey area. So you may have heard of AMZ Discover. So AMZ Discover is basically a quick way to get lots of Amazon reviewers' emails and the top Amazon reviewers' emails. So if you go Amazon, top 10,000 reviewers, don't know why I spelled reviewers that way. I can actually spell reviewers. You see here, we've got 10,000 people who leave reviews on Amazon, right? They've got a reviewer ranking, helpful votes, percentage of their reviews that are helpful, total reviews in general. So you can skip through all these people, right? Now you can manually look at these people and you can sometimes get their email address. So this particular seller hasn't got their email address, but that's very, very time consuming, right? You're going to go through 10,000 different, profiles trying to find people's emails. It would take you forever. Plus, you don't know if these people would be remotely interested in buying your product. So let's look at something different. Now, AMZ Discover is a tool that you can use that basically will find you Amazon reviewers from this list of 10,000 that are likely to want to review or buy your product. So people who are interested in your product or similar products, and you'll be actually able to get a massive list of these reviewers and export them as a CSV file and basically populate that large list of reviewers' emails that you can then go on to contact. And we're going to look at that when we move forward in the video. So let me give you an example. Let's say that you are selling an iPhone case. Okay, that's what your product is on Amazon FBA. So let's go into the search bar and we're going to search for black iPhone case. Now, you see this listing here, it's got a lot of reviews. So we want to get URLs from listings that have got more reviews, because if it's got more reviews, then it's more likely that one of these top reviewers has reviewed them, and we're going to get a bigger list of reviewers' emails when we put it into AMZ Discover. So if we click on this particular one, we're going to copy the URL and we're going to pop it into this section here. So if we search for that product now, you can see here underneath, we've got the listing URL, which is the listing that you've just copied and pasted into that search bar, and it's a related product to what you're selling. So this is where this software becomes very effective, because it's going to find reviewers that are likely to want to review that type of product. So if we refresh this page, still processing, so give it a second. And we're just going to use this example at the bottom because it takes 24 hours to populate this list. And I did this today, so we'll use this one that's got a little bit more information. So if we click that check button, once we've ran the search, we can then see a list of all of these reviewers on Amazon. Now, if we look to the right here, you can see you can expose the contacts, so you can actually see their email address. Now, if we click this section here, and we click purchase all selected buyers, this is where the package that you purchased initially comes into play. So there's 3 different packages that you can purchase with AMZ Discover, ranging from sort of $20 to $80 or $20 to $100, and it will give you credit or coins. Now, you use those coins to reveal the buyer's contact details, whether it's email, Facebook, YouTube. Now, if I clicked yes, what would happen? I would be able to then access all of their contact details. And after you've done that, you can then export it. And I'll give you an example of that. So I purchased this one here as a demo. So we can see here, I've got their email address. Now, if I want to, I can export that email address into a CSV file or in the form of a CSV file. And let's say I had 100 of those email addresses. I can then send out a blanket email using MailChimp or any other sort of automated emailing software. And I can make contact with those people. I'm going to talk to you about what contact we're going to make, because this is where we get into sort of a gray area, right? So just to give you an idea, you can get thousands of people who sell on Amazon who are interested in your product. You can get thousands of people's emails who are popular reviewers and high-rated reviewers on Amazon who are likely to want to trial or test your product. So let's look at what we can contact them about. So if we look here, now this is where it gets slightly tricky. Now, when we're making contact with these people, remember the terms of service. We're not allowed to give a product away in exchange for a review. So let's look at the example here that we're going to run through. I'm going to give you 2 options here. One that is completely within terms of service, and the other option that's a gray area. Right, you can decide for yourself based on what you've read and heard during this tutorial and what you take from what you do infer from their terms of service. Now, remember, the terms of service states that you can't exchange a review for a product. So you can't give away a free product based on the fact that they're going to give you a positive review or even just a review in general. So I can't say, I'll give you this discounted product if you leave me a review. So let's look at how we're wording this. Now, hello reviewer name, and all this is auto-populated. You can automate all this within the email. I discovered your email in the top reviewers on Amazon UK page and would like to invite you to test our product and again, the selling features for free, right? You're giving it away. Again, at this stage, you're not breaking any terms of service. You're allowed to give a product away for free. This is why we have coupon codes and we can run sales lightning deals on your Amazon seller account. To be eligible for the free product, simply reply to this email saying yes. Making this very simple for them, right? We want it to be a fluent, seamless process. They can just send you an email saying yes. They don't want a load of faff where they've got to write a massive spiel back to you. Just nice and easy, yes. I will then provide you with details of exactly how you can buy this product for free. Remember, they're interested in this product as well, so it's where this is going to be quite effective. I eagerly await your reply, thank you, and then your name. Remember, short, to the point, professional. Now, once they've responded, and again, the response rate varies. I've seen between 10 and 20% open rate, and then leading to a response rate of about 15 to 20%. So let's say that you have 200 people that you send the email out to. If 20% of those people respond, that's 40. And of those 40, about 20% reply back yes. That would be about 8 to 10 reviews, which is a lot of reviews, right? And imagine if you got 10,000 emails and you sent that out, you can do the math on that. There'd be a tremendous amount of reviews that would be there for you. Now, underneath, this is your first option, completely within terms of service. Hello, reviewer name. Thank you for your interest in our free product. Again, they've already said yes at this stage. To redeem your iPhone case, please do the following. And again, you're going to create at this stage a sale, a flash sale. You can do this within your Seller Central, a promotion where they can buy the product for 90% off. So it might only be £1 or 50p or £2, wherever it is. So step 1. Order the product and put your super URL or instructions to search for the product. So this is your option. You can either just copy a URL into the email and they can just directly go straight to your product listing to place the order, or you can tell them that they've got to search for this specific search term. This is your brand name and this is where you'll find it on the page where you're ranked. That's up to you. Step 2, you inform them that a sale will be active for 3 hours on a particular date. This is when you're running your flash sale, where they can purchase the item for 90% off. and that's it, you're done. Now, remember, you're at this stage, you have created a sale, right, on your Amazon Seller Central account in the back end. It's available to everyone for those 3 hours, but you're giving it directly to this reviewer. So you're not exchanging anything at this point for a review. You're not refunding them. It's just a general flash sale to the whole public. Anyone can access this promotion, but you're targeting these specific people. Now, that's option one. Underneath, little disclaimer, again, a review is never required for our free gifts, but your honest feedback is appreciated if you choose to leave it. Again, we're not saying they have to leave a review. We're not even asking them for a review. It helps us a lot as a small business trying to grow. Your review headline, and again, you've got a link there where they can leave a review if they want to. Please let us know what the title is. If you choose to leave an honest review, I'd love to read it. We're here if you have any questions and look forward to hearing from you soon. Once again, thank you for your interest and support. Your name. That is the first option. Now, second option is where we start getting into that grey area, right? But this is far more effective than the option above. The problem with the option above is that that flash sale is for everyone. So you're going to also be selling at that price to other people as well, not just this targeted group, which isn't ideal because you might sell more units than you wanted to at that discounted price, but loads of them you wouldn't have had direct contact with through AMZ Discover. Now, second option, hello, reviewer's name, not review name, reviewer's name. Thank you for your interest in our free product, blah, 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 same thing. But number two, please provide your Amazon order ID. You can find this on your Amazon account under My Orders. Also provide us with your PayPal so we can refund you 100% of your order. Now remember, at this point, I haven't mentioned reviews. Forget about this mention of reviews. Nothing has been mentioned about reviews to this point. We're just saying that you can have our product for free. So again, this is where we get into that grey area. You're saying that I want you to have my product for free. We're not asking them to review it. Us giving them this product for free isn't dependent on them leaving a review. We're not asking them at this stage to leave a review. So provide your PayPal and we can refund you the order. Now, the reason we do it this way rather than just refund them through Amazon is because we want a verified purchase review. And if you refund them through Amazon or give them a large discount code like above, it might actually go live on your account as an unverified review, which isn't as good. So get to this stage. And remember, they're also far more likely to go for this if you are refunding them via PayPal because they don't have to spend anything then. It's completely free. Now, that's it. You're done again. And we also mentioned at the bottom, once you've received your email with the above information, we'll refund you and you will get to enjoy the product for free. Again, underneath, a review is never required for our free gifts. So straight away, you're saying you don't need to leave a review. I'm not giving you this product on the basis that you will leave a review. It's never required. But your honest feedback is appreciated if you choose to leave it. It helps us grow as a small business. Exactly the same as what we said before. Now, some would argue this is against terms of service. Some would argue that it isn't against terms of service. And I'm not going to tell you to do this because it's not my place to tell you to do it. I just want to give you information about what I know people do and that works. And again, it's a grey area that you can come to your own conclusion about. But just think about it for a moment. You're not allowed to incentivize reviews. You're not allowed to give away free products in exchange for a review. And if we go back onto we'll go back onto what it says about reviews here. So review policy, Amazon seller. Now, if we click on, let's have a look here about customer reviews. So the following reviews are generally allowed, provided they comply with the above guidelines. A customer writes a review of a product purchased using a discount, like we use in the first option within terms of service, generally available to all Amazon customers. Again, you've got a flash sale for 3 hours. It's available to everyone, right? That's the key point. You're not exchanging anything for a review. It's straight to the point. You're not asking them to manipulate a review. You're not even asking them to give a review for the product. You're just saying reviews help. If you could leave one, an honest one, you can do it. Now, that's important. Again, underneath, a customer writes a review of a product received free at a trade show, convention, or other similar venue, where the provider does not monitor whether the customer writes a review, etc., etc. Now, what are we not allowed to do? And again, remember option 2 that we looked at here. You tell me if it conflicts with any of these things, right? So let's have a look at these review guidelines. And this one in particular, one that's most applicable. A customer posts a review in exchange for a financial reward. This is the one that's most applicable to that option that we've got for the second one. So are they posting that review in exchange for a financial reward? I would say they're not. I would say that we are giving them the product to test. We're asking them just to test it. They're a good. They're on the Amazon review scheme. They're within the top 10,000 reviewers on Amazon. We're giving them the product for free, and we are refunding them. No mention of a review, no mention of exchanging a free product, or we're not saying to them, hey, we'll refund you if you leave us a review. We're not saying that at all. We're just saying we will refund you. We're giving it to them for free, which you're allowed to do when we look down here. Although products may be provided to customers for free or at a discount. And those customers may write reviews, right? So you are allowed to give it at a discount, and they are allowed to leave a review. That's all we've done at this point. We've given it away for free, and we've refunded them. No mention of a review. And we have that disclaimer at the bottom saying there is no obligation for you to leave a review. That's not what this is about. But if you choose to, you can. So again, it's up to you how you perceive that. It's a grey area. It's as simple as that. I won't tell you to do anything, but have a read of it and tell me what you think. It'd be interesting. Post below and tell me what you think. So again, we'll go back to the section where we were looking at the email. Now, again, we've got this disclaimer here, and you can email them again in a week's time and say, I hope you enjoyed the product. If you would like to leave an honest review, that would be great, right? It's very simple. We've got a disclaimer here that says a review is never required to get a free gift. They don't have to leave one. And then you can follow up with an email a few days later or a week later saying, how was the product? Did you enjoy it? Could you leave a review? Now, grey area, very effective because they get the product for free. They can trial it. And if they want to leave a review, they can. It's up to them. So 2 options for you there to go for. I hope you find it useful. Again, I need to check that out, put that on the left side. So yeah, super effective ways to get reviews. And I have clocked up reviews using these strategies. And I know people who've also clocked up reviews using these strategies as well. Lots of reviews. So all in all, I hope you found that useful. There's a lot to this one. So leave a comment below and I will see you in the next one.